I'm gonna tell you how to lose weight and stay in shape in Ramadan. So let's go. Yo, my TeamRAHIM, what's good? Hey guys, welcome back to another video and Ramadan Mubarak. Today, I'm gonna tell you how to lose weight and stay in shape in Ramadan. So let's go and let's get in a fighting mode, because in Ramadan, if you wanna get fit, you have to have a spiritual mindset to be fit like an army, like a commando. So let's go and let's begin this video and let's lose weight and stay in shape in Ramadan or any time of the year through the help of intermittent fasting. So let's go. Okay, what is Ramadan, guys? For you guys who don't know what is Ramadan, Ramadan is for us Muslims is the 28 to 31 days of 30 days of fasting. It's like a month in the lunar calendar, in the full moon, when the full moon calendar. We base it on moon, but for basically it's for 30 days we fast from not dawn to dusk. Australia, we're lucky because it's from the morning, like around 5 p.m 5 a.m 5 today it was like 5 or 6 something, to let's say today it was 5 or 2 p.m, so like around 12 hours and few minutes, I would say. Anyways, so we fast and we don't have any water, we don't have any food for the whole time, and before that we have food, and after that I have food. And the reason being, it's a commandment of Allah in the Quran. And I won't go into story because this is not the point where I'm explaining Ramadan. If you want me to explain Ramadan, I will do a video on it after. If you leave it in the comment down section down below, feel free to DM me, feel free to message me about it. But let's get into the video on how to lose fat and get fit in Ramadan with me, one-on-one with TeamRAHIM, you know. Okay, so the concept of calories in and versus calories out. What is calories in versus calories in versus calories out? So you see calories, right? Calories, media throws it around like it's just a buzzword, but it's not a buzzword. Calories is the unit of energy. If you study science in year 9, for example, I did, you will learn, but also went to gym and bodybuilding and stuff, so I learned from it. So yeah, anyways, calories is the unit of energy in the body because it's a measure of heat. It's the energy. For example, so basically it's just simple as that. To lose fat or to lose weight, you have to eat less calories than you are gaining, then you're eating more calories. Like it's you know, in maths we have inequalities like more versus less. In this case, if you want to lose fat, which is known as misconceptionally known as in the world losing weight, because losing weight involves something else also. Losing water in the body, losing muscle in the body, it could be anything else. We just don't know if you're losing fat or not. It could be anorexia nervous, it could be any disease. So let's just not say it's losing weight, sorry, it's losing fat. How to lose fat? Basically, in summary, you have to, in 1 minute, you have to eat less calories than you are eating more. No, you have to eat less calories. You have to eat less calories than you're burning in a day. So in Ramadan, that's quite easy because we're not actually eating that many calories, unless like we're like a brown uncle who looks like this, and even after Ramadan looks like that. I know, right? But if you want to look like this before Ramadan, and if you want to look like that after Ramadan, watch this video. This video is for you. Anyways, no talking, let's get back. Explain the concept of calories in versus calories out, and what is Ramadan, and what is Islam. If you want me to explain Islam is about submission to one God and believing in all the prophets he sent, believing in all the books he sent, and believing in the last day. That's Islam. That's about it, guys. And for this video, I'll periodically give you some references to research papers, to my dad who's a doctor who doesn't want to do the video, come in the video, but he's likely sponsoring my knowledge because I'm the son of a doctor. So you see where the knowledge is coming from. Brain knowledge. You know, Islam also teaches you to be no more knowledge. So don't forget to gain knowledge in Ramadan, because that's a good deed by itself. Guys, so before I begin with the rest of the video, I will tell you this, that Ramadan is meant for spiritual purposes only. In Ramadan, basically, don't neglect the spiritual fitness of it, which refers to reading the Quran, doing good deeds, gaining knowledge like education. Like I'm in year 12. Some people may say, some mullahs may say that, or imams may say that, oh, why are you studying English? English is the knowledge of nucleus. No, like knowledge is always, knowledge is not frowned upon. Knowledge, you should gain knowledge, which is called ilm in Arabic. You should gain knowledge. That's the first tip, right, of Ramadan, on how to be fit. Well, not physically fit, but spiritually fit. Tip number two. Tip number, actually no. I did you guys see that? I did number one, but it's show number two. Anyways, tip number two. Don't forget to be hydrated. It's really, really, really important to drink water, especially when you're fasting in Ramadan. I know Allah can save you from not drinking water and having not the pain, having no pain at the end of the day in bladder areas. That may be the case, but I'm talking rationally, and even for non-Muslims, because you can use this video as intermittent fasting and any other intermittent fasting. Why am I speaking American accent today? I don't know why, but yep. So you can drink water. Water has so many micronutrients such as potassium or potassium, or however you may say it, iron, magnesium, a lot of micronutrients. Even though we don't eat macronutrients, it's not calories, but it's really, really, really vital for our body. And also, even in countries like Bangladesh, countries like Africa, where there's sun now, and countries like France where there's heat now, like 25-degree. I saw the weather yesterday, bro. It was so hot yesterday in France comparably, because in Europe it doesn't get hot. But let's just say you have to drink water to cool your body down and to have the cooling effect in your body, and to make sure your mouth is cooled up, like soothed up, because your mouth isn't active in Ramadan. So make sure you keep your mouth active, your body, or you give your organ what it needs, which is like the nutrients. So make sure you drink water and make sure you're hydrated. That's the first important tip I can give you in Ramadan. Second tip is no oily food. Yes, that you heard me right. Indian uncles and my mom, I know you're watching me, mommy fade, but yeah, that's right. You know it. No oily foods and fatty foods, because it's all the main reason of it is in the calories in versus calories out argument I have told you about. Because let's face it, protein has 4 calories per gram of carbohydrate, which is known as carb in the media. Has 4 same as protein, 4 calories per gram of carb. But fat, guess what it has? 9. And alcohol has 7. So fat has more. Fat has so much calories. So if you eat so much fat and so much fatty foods, your calories in is gonna be easily blah blah blah. It's gonna be more than calories out. So don't take it to the risk and don't eat oily food. Just skip it and make sure your body has enough fiber. That's the tip number 3. Okay, guys. Tip number 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. Wait, let me stop. Tip number 4. Tip number 4 is to avoid any unhealthy fatty food. Like I'll give you an example. You can do any if you still want to have fatty acids food, you so be it. But make sure you don't eat bad fatty food, because that clumps up your body. And I won't go into the scientific details because I'm short on time. But let's say that in Australia, we have nutritional info in the back of every food you can see. So if you're in Australia, refer to the back of the food and be more informed about your choice of food. Don't just impulsively buy a packet of chips. Anyways, there's 4 fat which I'll talk about: polyunsaturated fat, saturated fat, polyunsaturated fat, unsaturated blah blah blah. Polyunsaturated fat, unsaturated fat, monosaturated fat, saturated fat, and one more. Which one is it called? Wait, let me check up. Saturated. Well, let me. Yeah. Anyways, I will. You know what I mean. Like, avoid any saturated fat. Any fat that has saturated. Basically, any So LDL means low density lipoprotein, and because saturated fat has low density lipoprotein, which is bad for your heart, and it breaks down the protective layer of your heart, it's really bad for your body. In short, this knowledge comes from the doctor, which basically my dad, Dr. INTERMITTENT. You see where my knowledge comes from, boys. Anyways, let's go to the next tip for you guys. The next Tip number, wait, sorry for doing the Illuminati. I actually didn't mean Illuminati. This is not video. Don't say Illuminati confirm because I just did it for like mistaken. Anyways, tip number 5. Tip number 5. And the tip number 5 is try to eat nutritious, wholesome food. Because you know why? Nutritious, wholesome food will keep you packed in the whole day. Like, if you eat nutritious food throughout the whole day, like as in like for example sehri, which is the pre-dawn meal for us, nutritious complex carbohydrate and slow releasing, slow digesting protein, such as micellar casein protein that you can find in milk, for example. And if you eat like brown rice or some bread with it, that's a good breakfast that you can have at pre-dawn meal. Because honestly, if you have that instead of like fruits which has simple carbohydrate. Okay, let me actually explain you what's carbohydrate is. Carbohydrate is your body energy and it's changing the glucose to give your body energy. So for example, eating donuts and fruits and everything else is like simple carbohydrate and will just quickly burn out. Your body will burn out simple quickly. When you eat complex carbohydrate, your body burns slowly. You know what I mean? Like in 12 hours of fast, you need energy that can sustain your body, not that energy that can just slowly burn out. You know the guy that just sprints? Have you heard about the story of snail versus tortoise? Nah, I'm actually... A lion can run, right? But it can't run for... I'm a bad example. Anyways, what I mean is it burns out quickly. Complex carbohydrate burns really slowly, versus simple carbohydrate burns gone. You see what I mean? See, it's a bad example, but you get what I mean. Or one more worst thing you can't do: don't try fat diets. Eat properly, as I said. Properly, just a glass of milk and some rice, or some rice with some yogurt, or rice with some Greek yogurt, which is a quite bad choice, I must say. But you know what you gotta do is you gotta do. Anyways, and don't do any fat diets because that will surely send you to hospital, and then my dad has to cure you for it. Anyways, tip number 6. That's right, because there's 5 fingers in this hand and then there's 1 finger in the other hand. So tip number 6, be fit, be active. There's so many research papers which I can show you that says that for people to be working out and being active during the fasting hours is pretty bad for the body. It can be dangerous for the body. Some research papers also say that it's bad not it's actually pretty good for the body. I don't know, I'm not going to the research versus research argument, but what I do is sometimes most of the time in this Ramadan I try to do a bip test just after the fasting is done, so I can build up my endurance. And it's also a good workout because if when you do high interval training, even hours after the training has been done, right? After the training has been done, your body is still burning the energy because your body's metabolism is increased, and your fat metabolism is increased in the muscles that is used. So bip test is a good body to increase stamina, to increase your VO2 max, and to be fit, and to stay active, and to burn calories, and to lose fat, and to stay in shape in Ramadan, or any way through intermittent fasting. That's actually really lovely tip for you guys. Or also, for example, you can do walking, for example. If you don't want to do bip tests, so be it. After Iftar, go for like a little jog or little walk, little casual walk with your some music on, with some Quran on in the back, or with some singing on, or with some like enjoying the breathe out, because I live near a good park, so we can enjoy good like breeze out. So just enjoy the environment, boys, unless you live in Bangladesh, which is my country, and you can't enjoy the walking. Well, but then you can only pray. Yeah, praying is a good activity for you. Praying is a physical activity, which is salah. Because in prayer, if you look on YouTube, or I did in one of my vlogs, I did a like fast forward video when I was praying. When you pray, your joints are being activated, and your body is flexible. Your body is flexible. Flexibility is tested for it, and your endurance is tested. So basically, when you pray, you are still burning out calories. So, yep. Thank you, Allah. Alhamdulillah for letting us burn calories in through prayer. Yep, that's right. By spiritually being fit and physically being fit. That's right. Ramadan. Tip number bam bam bam. Tip number wait. Tip number 7. Yep, 7. 1 2, okay, I'm not gonna count. Tip number 7 is, as I told you before in a bit brief, but I'll explain it. Eat fibrous food in the sehri time. Sehri, which is like pre-dawn meal, because let's face it, we don't eat we are inadequate we eat inadequate fiber in the Ramadan time. So for example, date has a lot of fiber in that. It's like made of around 30% of fiber, so which is quite good, and it's a wholesome food, and it has a lot of potassium, and it has also good a lot of micronutrients like water, fat. But beware, don't take too much. Don't eat too much date, because it has too much. So it has a lot of simple carbohydrate in the form of sugar and in the form of fructose. So yeah, if you do it, your body is gonna burn the energy really quickly, because it's a simple carb. But at the end of the day, it's all calories in versus calories out. Remember what I said, the first tip, guys. And for iftar, for you guys, iftar, which is like the meal when we break the fast, eat something light. For goodness sake, don't go crazy on samosas, pakoras, or not you Indians. Just eat something light, like such as a glass of water would be good. I'm not, or even if you do wanna eat two dates, which is like medjool dates. I'll put the image of it here if you guys don't know what's a date. But yep, eat like 2 days of and water. That's it. Or don't go to like processed sugar like cordial, because that's simple sugar too, and that's pretty bad, because there's a lot of chemicals too, which our body is not used to taking but has to take because we love it. Like love the macas. Oh, and make sure your iftar has low carb, high protein, and high fiber. Low carb. Yep, did I say it right? Low carb, because you don't want that much carb in the body. Yep, tip number 8. Sleep versus fatigue. If you don't sleep, you will be fatigued and you will feel really tired during Ramadan. And you won't perform at your best spiritually, physically, mentally, intellectually, at your work, at your school, anywhere in the world. So do make sure you get like enough sleep. I would recommend 8 hours sleep. Coming from someone like me, I will say for me, personally, I need like 12 hours sleep. If my mom is watching, and mommy Fate will laugh and crack up at me. But yep, I actually need 12 hours of sleep. Yeah, some people get away with 6 hours. Even I sometimes get away with 6 hours. But honestly, I am fatigued. Even today in school, I almost fell asleep because 6 hours sleep was not enough. So you do need lots of sleep. So yeah, that's a tip to remember. And make sure you sleep every day in Ramadan. But don't skip prayer. Pray, because Ramadan. Let's face it, spiritually fitness, not mere physically, but physically is a plus point, but spiritual is the main point. So make sure you're on the din, which is the light. Make sure you're on the din. For example, tip number 8. Okay, honestly, tip number 9, I feel it's kind of repetition of what I said before in the other 2 tips, but I will say it again. First area, which is a pre-dawn meal, eat something slow digesting, which is like, I'll give you more example. For example, casein protein is slow digesting, and it's found in normal milk. And guys, remember to do good deeds of charity, which will which will work out your spiritual muscle, because spirituality is like a muscle of the mind. It's a good thing for the body. And it has been proven scientifically that when you are spiritual about what you believe, your right lobe works more and you're more active. So you can burn more calories by being spiritual, and it has been research proven. I can't find the research right now. I've tried to find it, but if I find it, I will let you know later. And if you guys are interested, chuck me a message or shoot me a message anytime or DM me. And guys, train your muscles, train your spiritual by praying on time, by reading the Quran, by doing good deeds and charity, for helping people. For example, picking up litter from the ground. That's it. That's good deeds you should do in Ramadan, and to train your spiritual muscles, and also train your physical muscles by the things I told you to do. So guys, that's it for today. When I'm in confusion of research papers, controversy in research paper, see this research paper here. and this research paper here. And what does it say? So guys, you see the difference right there. The research paper, one of them will says that you can work out any time. It doesn't really matter if you work out during fasting or after fasting. And one of the other research papers says that it does matter if it has been proven that you can burn more fat as fast when you're fasting, for example. So I give you two perspectives on two research with good controlled diets, and I'll give you one more right here. This research paper shows that overall weight loss was increased in Ramadan. So yep, if you follow my tips, calories in versus calories out, sleep and workout, and make sure you train your spiritual muscles too, your Ramadan will be as fit as your physicalness, and you will be in shape. And last but not least, you will also be in shape and you will be fit in Ramadan. In 2018, if this is your goal, you will be fit. So guys, I will see you in the next vlog, and before the next vlog, take care and peace. And if you enjoyed this vlog, make sure you give it a thumbs up, and make sure you go on turkey on the thumbs up button. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you're subscribed for more future content, and make sure you turn on your post notifications on in the bell icon below. I'll put a bell icon here, but yeah, make sure you click on the bell icon so you're subscribed or notified of every time I upload a video. Your boy Predawn uploads a video. So yep, and make sure you share my videos with all your friends in the world and your family and your colleagues and blah blah blah. Anyways, I'll see you in the next vlog, and before the next vlog, take care and peace out, Team Rahim, and I'll see you in the next vlog.